What if almost every driver is making a critical tire pressure mistake that's costing them fuel economy, causing premature tire wear, and creating a serious safety risk? And what if this mistake happens at gas station air pumps every single day while people think they're doing proper maintenance? After over 20 years diagnosing tire problems, suspension issues, and handling complaints, I can tell you that the vast majority of drivers are inflating their tires based on completely wrong information. Today, I'm exposing the single most common tire pressure mistake that nearly everyone makes, why it's dangerous, how much it's costing you, and how to check and fill your tires correctly. This isn't minor. This mistake affects safety, tire life, and fuel economy. Let's get into it. Here's the mistake. 99% of drivers look at the tire sidewall to see what pressure to inflate to, and they use that number. You've probably done this. You walk up to your tire, see max pressure 44 psi molded into the sidewall, and you fill the tire to 44 psi, thinking that's the correct pressure. Or you see 51 psi on truck tires and inflate to that number. This is completely wrong and potentially dangerous. The pressure molded into the tire sidewall is the maximum pressure the tire can safely handle, not the recommended operating pressure for your vehicle. That maximum pressure is tested by the tire manufacturer to ensure the tire structure can handle that load without failing. But it's almost never the correct pressure for your specific vehicle when the tire is installed on it. Your vehicle manufacturer determines the correct tire pressure based on the vehicle's weight, suspension design, intended load capacity, and handling characteristics. That recommended pressure is listed on a sticker inside your driver's door jamb, not on the tire sidewall. And in most cases, the recommended pressure is significantly lower than the tire's maximum pressure. Let me give you specific examples. A Honda Accord might have tires with MX 44 psi on the sidewall, but the door jamb sticker recommends 32 psi front and rear. If you inflate to 44 psi based on the sidewall number, you're overinflating by 12 psi. A Ford F-150 might have tires with MS 80 psi on the sidewall for load capacity, but the door jamb recommends 35 psi front and rear for normal driving. Inflating to 80 psi would be catastrophically wrong. So what happens when you overinflate your tires by using the sidewall number instead of the door jamb recommendation? First, ride quality becomes harsh. Overinflated tires have less sidewall flex, so they transmit every bump and road imperfection directly into the cabin. The ride becomes jarring and uncomfortable. Second, tire wear becomes uneven and accelerated. Overinflated tires bulge in the center of the tread, so only the middle portion contacts the road. The center of the tread wears out rapidly, while the outer edges barely wear at all. I've seen tires worn completely bald in the center at 20,000 miles because they were chronically overinflated, while the edges still had 80% tread depth. Those tires should have lasted 50,000 to 60,000 miles. Overinflation cost that driver $800 in premature tire replacement. Third, traction and handling suffer. Overinflated tires have a smaller contact patch with the road, which reduces grip. Braking distances increase, cornering traction decreases. In wet conditions, the reduced contact patch increases hydroplaning risk. This is a genuine safety issue. Fourth, impact damage risk increases. Overinflated tires are more rigid and less able to absorb impacts from potholes, curbs, or road debris. The tire sidewall or internal structure can be damaged by impacts that a properly inflated tire would have absorbed without issue. I've diagnosed sidewall bubbles and internal belt separations caused by hitting potholes with overinflated tires. Now let's talk about the opposite problem, which is less common but still happens: underinflation. Some people see the door jamb sticker recommending 32 psi, but they think, I'll add a little extra for safety, or they misread their gauge and they end up at 28 or 30 psi, or they neglect to check tire pressure for months and slow leaks cause pressure to drop to 25 psi or lower. Underinflated tires cause different but equally serious problems. The tire sidewalls flex excessively, generating heat that degrades the tire structure. This can lead to tire failure, especially at highway speeds or under heavy load. The tread wears heavily on the outer edges while the center barely wears. Fuel economy drops because the increased rolling resistance makes the engine work harder and handling becomes sloppy. The tire sidewalls flex too much during cornering, reducing responsiveness. I've diagnosed tire blowouts on highways caused by chronic underinflation. The tire ran hot from excessive sidewall flexing, the internal structure degraded, and the tire failed catastrophically at 70 miles per hour. That's a serious safety issue that could have been prevented by maintaining correct pressure. So, how do you actually check and fill your tires correctly? Here's the step-by-step process. First, find your vehicle's recommended tire pressure. Open the driver's door and look for a sticker on the door jamb. It's usually a white and yellow sticker that lists tire sizes and pressures. The sticker will show recommended PSI for front and rear tires, sometimes with different pressures for normal load versus maximum load. Use the normal load pressure unless you're carrying or towing maximum weight. If you can't find the door jamb sticker, check your owner's manual. The correct pressure is listed there. Do not use the number on the tire sidewall. That's the maximum pressure, not the recommended pressure. Second, check tire pressure when the tires are cold, meaning the vehicle hasn't been driven for at least 3 hours or it's been driven less than 1 mile at low speed. Tire pressure increases as tires heat up from driving. If you check pressure after driving several miles, the reading will be artificially high. The door jamb recommendation assumes cold tire pressure. Third, use an accurate tire pressure gauge. Don't trust the gauge built into gas station air compressors, they're often inaccurate. Buy a quality digital or analog tire pressure gauge for $10 to $20 and keep it in your vehicle. Remove the valve cap, press the gauge firmly onto the valve stem, and read the pressure. Fourth, add or release air to match the door jamb recommendation. If the door jamb says 32 psi and your gauge reads 28 psi, add air until it reaches 32 psi. If your gauge reads 36 psi, release air until it reaches 32 psi. Match the recommendation exactly. Don't add extra for safety. The engineers who designed your vehicle already factored in safety when determining the recommended pressure. Fifth, check all 4 tires plus the spare. Don't assume all tires are at the same pressure. One tire might have a slow leak. The spare tire is often forgotten and can be severely underinflated when you actually need it. Sixth, check tire pressure monthly. Tires naturally lose pressure over time, about 1 psi per month under normal conditions, more in cold weather. Monthly checks ensure you catch slow leaks and maintain proper pressure year-round. Now, let's address cold weather tire pressure because this confuses people. Tire pressure drops about 1 psi for every 10-degree Fahrenheit drop in temperature. If you filled your tires to 32 psi in summer when it was 80 degrees and winter arrives with 30-degree temperatures, your tires might be at 27 psi just from the temperature change. That's underinflated. You need to add air in winter to compensate for temperature-related pressure loss. Check pressure when temperatures drop significantly and adjust to the door jamb recommendation. When spring arrives and temperatures rise, check again. Pressure will increase with warmer temps, and you might need to release air to avoid overinflation. Here's another common mistake. Assuming the tire pressure monitoring system, TPMS, means you never need to manually check pressure. TPMS is a warning system, not a maintenance system. The TPMS light typically illuminates when pressure drops 25% or more below the recommended level. If your recommended pressure is 32 psi, the light might not come on until pressure drops to 24 psi. That's seriously underinflated. You can be running 28 psi underinflated enough to cause wear and fuel economy issues, and the TPMS light won't illuminate. Don't rely on TPMS. Check pressure manually every month. Let me give you real-world examples of what this mistake costs. Customer A inflated tires to the 44 psi sidewall number instead of the 32 psi door jamb recommendation. Over 25,000 miles, the center tread wore completely out while the edges had 60% tread remaining. Tires that should have lasted 55,000 miles needed replacement at 25,000 miles. Cost $600 in premature tire replacement, plus reduced fuel economy from harsh ride and improper contact patch. Customer B neglected tire pressure checks and was running 26 psi when the recommendation was 35 psi. The tires ran hot, the sidewalls degraded, and one tire failed on the highway at 60 miles per hour. The tire blowout caused body damage from road debris and required a tow. Total cost $1,200 for tire replacement, body repairs, and towing, all preventable with a $15 tire gauge and monthly pressure checks. Customer C checked pressure correctly, maintained the door jamb recommendation, rotated tires every 7,500 miles, and got 65,000 miles from a set of tires rated for 60,000 miles. Proper inflation extended tire life and saved money. Here's the bottom line. 99% of drivers make the mistake of using the tire sidewall pressure instead of the door jamb recommendation. This causes overinflation, harsh ride, uneven wear, reduced traction, and safety risks. The correct tire pressure is on the door jamb sticker, not the tire sidewall. Check pressure monthly when tires are cold using an accurate gauge. Adjust pressure to match the door jamb recommendation exactly. This prevents premature wear, improves fuel economy, maintains proper handling, and keeps you safe. The tire sidewall shows maximum pressure, what the tire can handle, not what you should run. The door jamb shows recommended pressure, what your vehicle needs for proper performance and safety. Use the right number. This simple maintenance task costs nothing but 5 minutes per month and saves hundreds to thousands of dollars in premature tire replacement, improved fuel economy, and prevented safety issues. Have you been inflating to the sidewall number instead of the door jamb recommendation? Drop a comment if this video just changed how you maintain your tires. And if this exposed a mistake you've been making, hit that like button so other drivers see this and stop overinflating their tires. Next week, I'm breaking down which tire brands actually last versus which ones wear out prematurely. You need to see that before buying your next set. If you're not subscribed, hit that button now. Drop a comment. I respond to everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.